Hey everybody, and welcome back to my playthrough of Ori and the Blind Forest. Last time, well, we witnessed the forest decay and got all the way back to the Spirit Tree. After pretty much just losing Ori's family. In this episode, we're gonna be doing a little bit of exploring. We do have our current objective, which is to head to the Ginso Tree. But in this episode, we're actually going to be doing a lot of side questy stuff. Or doing stuff we weren't able to do already. We are going to make a little bit of progress in this, but if we go over here, we aren't able to do anything. We're encountered by one of these blue walls that we just cannot get past no matter what we do. If we save at this, fountain over here, or at least just pass by it, I think we're actually able to warp to the previous spirit fountain over at the Sunken Glades. Our current location is at the Hollow Grove, but we'll just continue on for now. There's a little bit of a waiting point here. Valley of the Wind and the Hollow Grove. The Valley of the Wind is unfortunately inaccessible, so this is our only way to go. Be careful, Ori. The ground is unstable. And there's an enemy over here that absolutely destroyed the ground. However, that created a new pathway for us. Got over here quite a few things that we can just use our Spirit Flame to just destroy and get a little bit of EXP. If we jump down here, it looks like we're trapped behind one of these blue walls yet again. Ano, the spirit that died here, was strong and courageous. Listen to his voice. He was able to focus our light. We've learned Charge Flame. So now with Sign, we got a new attack for it. We can charge his flame and then basically do a high damage explosion. Very nice. It does use energy though, which can be used for a checkpoint instead, so it's a little bit of a trade-off, more damage and a bigger radius for energy, which kind of is a pretty valuable commodity, but there's quite a lot of energy in this area right over here, so it doesn't matter all too much. Those plants can only be blown up if we use energy to actually destroy them. So keep that in mind, but upon destroying them, they give a decent amount of EXP. And speaking of EXP, we get a large spirit container, and we level up from that. A little bit of a delayed reaction from the game's sound, but that's probably because it didn't expect the item pop-up. And we're going to save our game, we got another level up. And we're gonna go for regroup over here. Creating a soul link restores 1 life cell. We're gonna go for that. And we can just refill our energy using these energy fragments. Energy shards. Fragments? Shards? I think they're shards. We can quickly wall jump over here to get back to where we were before. You can pull this lever, and that will lower a little bit of a wooden plank. However, we won't get to that yet. Instead, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of backtracking. We can use the spirit well over by the spirit tree to do some backtracking, but we're close enough to it, because if you remember, there was a little surface by the first spirit fountain that we weren't able to do anything about because we couldn't climb up it. However, now that we have the wall jump ability, we might be able to do something with it. Just taking care of these slimy blobs. Drop down a few. And we're able to transit to the Hollow Grove immediately if we wanted to. Ori, this statue looks familiar. I've seen it before. I remember them! Many years ago, when the spirit tree was but a sprout. Naru, the young one, looked after us whenever she could. Looks like we found Naru's home. At least where she was originally. The Black Root Burrows. This is an area that, as you can see here, is very dark, and even Ori's natural glowiness doesn't really do much to illuminate this place whatsoever. This is an area that is exclusive to the definitive edition of this game, and it can be visited basically once you get the wall jump ability. You could do this before you meet Spirit Tree. And this area is kind of designed in a way so that you could basically just do it at any time without actually cheesing the area that much. But if I were to give any advice over here, just be careful. Just survey what you can actually see. You see a wall there, might be good to actually cling onto it. If you don't see anything, just assume it's gonna be bad. Like, there's probably gonna be like a few spikes over here, but the visibility is so bad that you really just can't see anything. Also, if it's one thing that I haven't brought up in the last episode, the atmospheric music, man. It's just so good. It's so much ambience, but it's also not, it doesn't like take away from the environment whatsoever. It's kind of what I wish that Breath of the Wild soundtrack just was like. Oh! And here we met our first death. So we died for the first time. Good thing we made a checkpoint over here. These spikes do a heck of a lot of damage, so be careful. And just like that, oh. This light from the spirit tree is a gift from our kind. It was given to Naru, who stood by our side. We can destroy that little blob over here, and the gimmick of this area is that basically, this light will actually make the blue lights of this area disappear. But it will also illuminate other platforms that can be jumped on. You can't really do that much other than just platform and jump. So this is what I meant by this area is kind of balanced for you to do it at any time, because you cannot really do anything with any other skills over here, except for one thing, because if you actually put down the orb, after a little bit, it will actually it will actually like home in on Ori to actually bring it back to him. Anyway, there's a little bit of a blob thing right over there. We're just gonna destroy it right over there, and we're gonna get a level up. We can save the game at our next checkpoint to just save it without actually spending any energy. And since we got another level up, we can go for Spark Flame, which will just increase the strength of our Spirit Flame. Let's keep it relatively even right now, shall we? We can make this light wall disappear. And then here's another gimmick. This will activate these lanterns, which will basically activate a platform or a wall or something or the other. So we got a flower shooting projectiles at us, so we just need to be careful. There's a bunch of spikes underneath us, so it would be pretty bad if we were to fall in. Just remember to keep... And over here! This is our first example of insta-kill lasers. No matter how much health you have, if you get hit by them, they will kill you. Doesn't matter if you're on E, doesn't matter if you're in hard, doesn't matter if you're on 1 life mode. These things will just kill ya. I'm gonna save right over here because there's a path to go up. However, if you're patient enough and wait to go down... There's a small little bit of platforming that we can do. And man, we got an ability cell. This is the first one we've gotten, and this is basically just a full level up for Ori. However, it doesn't give that small little level up explosion bonus. This doesn't refill your energy, it doesn't refill your health, it doesn't give a screen nuke effect. It only just increases Ori's level by 1. So we're going to make our way back up. We're going to take care of these little block guys before they can shoot any nasty projectiles at us. And we're just going to wait for these elevators to show us the way. Over there, we can faintly see another lantern, and I am good at platforming. Also, one thing that we can do is that we can place the orb down, and still within its rate, and it can still just illuminate the platforms. Its light is not bound to Ori, but, so it doesn't deactivate all platforms once you put it down. So that's nice. We could see another platform down over here, and we could see a sort of shrine dedicated to at least Naru's species. And wondrous of joys, we got another insta-kill laser, but this one actually isn't so bad. The light actually like illuminates a little bit of a stone fragment. However, as we can see here, if we jump over here, that is not going to stop the laser. So we can actually do what I said earlier. We could place the orb down there, and we can actually get onto this platform. So we can just jump down there. Looks like we lost the spirit orb, but don't worry. As I said earlier, it homes in on Ori. We could place the orb right over here. Ori, look! Even though our light had gone weak in this haze, it lifted the darkness that held claim of this place. And if we go over here... Iki was looking for Naru, but she was gone when he came. He was swift like the wind, and sprinted with haste, but surrounded by darkness, he lost his way. Absorbing the powers of Iki, we've learned Dash. And we got a little bit of a music shift. A little bit of triumph over here, and we get this awesome new ability exclusive to the definitive edition of the game. This is awesome, honestly. So if we go over here, we can see there are boulders that are quite quick to just squish us. However, If we use dash, we can just quickly get on by without any danger whatsoever. There's a little pit that has opened up for us. However, I wonder, because in my notes, there is a collectible that we can get over here, I think, but I'm not exactly sure if we can get it just yet. Of course, that would require me to not be bad, which would be impossible for me with video games. But let's take a moment to just appreciate this soundtrack of the Black Root Burrows and its Light Cleansed. Okay, over here, we can just do a quick few wall jumps and get some spirit light. And I think that should be all the collectibles within this area, if I'm not mistaken. I should probably make a save point, because it's been actually quite a bit since our last save point. We're gonna get ourselves a little bit of health, thanks to regroup. And the only way we can continue on this path is to go down. There's a few spikes, so we gotta be careful. And we can see a lever, actually, on the right side. To be a little bit more clear, oop, we're going to take a little bit of damage there, but we can grab it, and... However, that does seem to be a little bit of a ways away, and with our default speed, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to make it. Especially with all the enemies in the way. However, if we make full advantage of dash, we can get over there. Whoops. Gotta be aware of the spikes. We're able to make it just fine. And just in case if we ever needed to make our way back, this lever also opens the pillar for us. Get some more spirit light. And we'll be on our merry way. Except no! This is Indiana Jones now. And we died. Okay, so now if we're a little bit more prepared, we're going to use the dash ability to our advantage and hopefully make our way. There's going to be some rocks that, even more rocks that are just going to kill us. I mean, seriously, what have these rocks ever done to Ori? Ori has just had a tragedy of events. Now he has to save the entire forest by himself. He's lost his family. Jeez. This game, why are you making feel so much for Ori? And now even rocks are out to get him. Anyway, so there's a little wooden stick over here, but we're not able to do anything with it just yet. We're unable to attack it, and we aren't able to get that spirit light that actually dwells within where this rock actually crashed into. So if we do like a quick little jump, if I'm actually competent at platforming, that is. There we go. We're able to net ourselves a life cell. This will be handy. And got a little bit of a platform over here, and if we do a little bit of wall jumping, that was a mistake. Come on. Oh. Gotta be precise. We're able to latch onto this area, and we're able to insert a map stone fragment. And if we look over here, we haven't even explored half of this area just yet. There is still so much more to this area. It only occupies like a very small area of the forest. And we weren't able to actually go anywhere over here, unfortunately. There is a spirit container, but we aren't able to do anything about it just yet, which is quite unfortunate, but what can we do? We should return here later. There's much left unknown. Down below, we may find the place they once called their home. just for the sake of it, I'm just going to pop down this area. Just to make sure we get this place marked on a map, which we do. And we're just going to warp back to the Hollow Grove. Now that's all the side stuff done over in this episode, so now, well, we are gonna get a few more side stuffs on the way, but that's basically the main meat and potatoes of this video. Anyway, we're going to just climb on over here. This is the area where we just got the recent Spirit Light. We're able to take care of these big slugs easily. However, they do spawn a lot of mini slugs, or whatever they're really called. We're going to have to go anywhere over here. And we see a pretty large guy. However, if we use Charge Flame, we can take care of the guy out at once, and even a few stages of him, allowing us to pretty much defeat him very easily. We got another level up we can go for here, and why don't we go for Charge Flame Burn, which improves the radius and damage of Charge Flame, which is gonna be very nice. We got another one of these cracked walls. We can just easily destroy it. Okay, so this area, the Spider Coves. Honestly, I was completely stuck when I played this the first time. We got an enemy for the first time over here, and ooh, we got a level up. If I was fast enough, I might have been able to just like use the energy cells that I gotten from my previous from the energy that I had before, and then just use them to unlock the door, but that's a little bit of an oversight on the dev's part. Anyway, so you can actually climb up this egg, or at least that's what I think it is, because what else would it be if there's like a bunch of spider webs over it? I was honestly like really afraid of this thing when I played it first, but nope, just a simple platform that you could just hop around on. If you go into this area over here, we got another wall to break. And then through some precise wall jumps, we can just jump out of here without taking any damage from the spikes. And we got another life cell. We already doubled our original health. Super useful to have another life cell. And speaking of life cells, we could actually see one right over there. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have a way to get over to it yet, but hey, that's what exploration is for, right? Anyway, so there seems to be another... Oh, you are back. There seems to be another blue rock that we can destroy, and it seems to actually be hanging on to the egg. If needed, we can just get this and refill ourselves some energy, and then let's just follow the egg, creating ourselves a platform over here, and now we have gone deeper into the spider coves. Be wary of those spikes. And if we go over to our left, get ourselves another energy cell. We can now use more charged flames, and we get a complete restore to our energy, and we got more soul links in case we ever needed it. More energy over here, which is nice. Took a little bit of damage there, so we could just heal it with regroup for our soul link. And we got a bunch of poisoned water over here. By the way, this water will hurt you if you were to jump into it, if you need any proof. Yep. Not exactly, sorry, or you're not exactly the most pleasant thing to be swimming in. So we're just gonna need to do a little bit of peg platforming. Going deeper into the sunken glades. And we find ourselves one of these things. We're not able to actually do anything about it. We're not able to destroy it with our charge flame, which is quite peculiar. You can use one of these bounce flowers, bounce panels. And as you can see here, there's a bit of thorns in our way. We could just use some damage to get ourselves past. And these things, these frogs. These guys aren't bad for now, but we'll be seeing a lot of them later. Also, I should have been using my energy a little bit more because, yeah, I want to get that for the EXP, and I still need to have the energy needed for a Soul Link. So, great planning, me. There's no platform over here, so we just make the jump over by default. There's actually like a little bit of energy over there. And here's a little bit of pathway over there. Over here, I mean, sorry. And here we actually see a different variation on these slime enemies. Seems to be a little bit more threatening, being able to take much more hits, and their projectiles actually lingering. And we got a flaming slug guy. Seems to also be taking like a bunch more hits. Luckily with Charge Flame, we're able to take care of them just fine. And the music has shifted quite a little bit to be actually a little bit more somber. And the upcoming, we actually see a little bit of a green wall over here. We're not able to do anything with Sign's Charge Flame. However, this enemy over here, be careful of him. He can do 5 units of your health if he hits you as he explodes. So be very careful. But speaking of health, we got another life cell, and that is actually the life cell that we spotted over in the Spider Cove. So it's pretty neat how the world's interconnected by that. Nibella is honestly such a beautiful place, even in its like blinded state, you know. Trust me, it's only just gonna get more gorgeous. We've got a map stone fragment over here. We saw a map pedestal over here. Oh, so we could just insert it, and we got more in the Hollow Grove. There's actually like a bit of a large area, but we're not going to be able to do anything over here just yet, but only just yet. Oh, that was a very unfortunate little enemy. It looks like we still got the EXP though. So we're going to get that little bit of EXP from the plants. Also, look at Ori, just like, look at that corkscrew. He's just so graceful. I mentioned it before, and I just won't shut up about it. Ori is just so freaking well animated. And I think like a lot of his animations actually like just make it, controlling him as a character, just fun. Like, he just moves so fluently. His animations just reflect that so much. There's so much love and care that's put into Ori's movement. I just like find myself just like jumping all around just because his movement is just that graceful. Anyway, welcome to the Thornfelt Swamp. This area is honestly pretty nasty. If we go in here, we find ourselves a spirit well. If we push in this rock. And then if we push it back out. Oop. We're gonna take a little bit of damage over there, which isn't ideal, but we'll roll with it. We got a lot of health after this game gives you a ton of life cells that you can get just with the wall jump.
A Gumon from the Forlorn Ruins. We must follow his steps. We must get what he stole.
Next time on Ori in the Blind Forest, we're going to pursue Gumo to get that water vein. See you guys then.